Hey, Sean, thoughts on the new reshoots for the new Captain America taking place? Is this getting too much? Well, the key thing to understand here is that this is not additional reshoots. This is the reshoots. This is where there's been a lot of misunderstandings, miscommunicate, like people see the headline, reshoots are taking place for Brave New World, and they go, oh no, they're doing another round of reshoots. Didn't we already do this 6 months ago? No. 6 months ago, it was reported that they were going to do months of reshoots. And then that never happened. They didn't start. These are the reshoots, and it's only 22 days. So the reports from before either were wrong, they were misinformed, or Marvel figured out what they needed and they spent the time writing rather than just rushing out pages and shooting a bunch of stuff and just reworking and editing. Whatever it is, instead of it being reshoots that span 3 months, it's 3 weeks. Which 3 weeks of reshoots is on the long side of average. You can't say that, yeah, it's just normal reshoots. 3 weeks is quite a bit. Indie films are shot in 3 weeks. But for a movie of this size, 3 weeks of reshoots isn't that crazy. Point of reference, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness had 6 weeks of reshoots. And so when you're comparing 3 weeks to 6 weeks, I mean, it's half as much. And then the article also talks about how the Marvels had far more reshoots than this and far more expensive reshoots than this. So while it is reshoots, this is the first round. This is not like the reports are multiple rounds, months of reshoots. No. One batch of 3 weeks. That's reasonable. Like, the reports were wrong. All the videos we said mocking them, you can reshoot a whole blockbuster for that. Are they reshooting the whole movie? That was apparently wrong. So this is, in many senses, good news in that it's not nearly as extensive as we thought it was going to be. I'm still not crazy about this project. I'm not excited about it because I had a lot of other skepticism about the creative team from the very beginning. But it's also not all these other things that we feared. And also, kind of to the positive on here, these reshoots are where Giancarlo Esposito is being added to the film. So they're adding a new villain character and then fixing all the other things about the movie, but that's a lot more reasonable than we were originally led to believe. So, to that question, is it getting too much? This is the first round, and it's only 3 weeks. 3 weeks is not crazy. 3 weeks is not immediately a red flag. The reports of bad test screenings are a red flag. But if we didn't have that knowledge, if the movie hadn't been delayed 9 months, 3 weeks of reshoots, you wouldn't think anything of it. Because it's not abnormal to have 3 weeks of reshoots on a big, gigantic tentpole film like this. In particular, when things like strikes happened that, complicated the production. Dale, hey Sean, with the news that Giancarlo Esposito has joined the MCU in a secret role, what is your top theory as to who he is playing? I mean, my top theory is that it's not going to be anyone that is an established character. Like, he said that. He said, it's not an established character. They've lied before about these things. I mean, Andrew Garfield I'm not in the movie. I don't know anything. Blatantly lies. I mean, actors do this all the time to keep the secret of who they are. It's possible that they're adding him in as a last-minute addition so that he's actually playing a bigger role in a future film. And so then as they figured out what Avengers 5 is going to be, they realized that they can set him up in this film, and the reshoots make that possible. So there could be something like that taking place. But, like, if I were to bet on it, I would go with he's just generic bad guy in the MCU. He's a new character. That's what I would bet my money on. I could be totally wrong. Maybe he is Doctor Doom or whatever, wherever they're going. Like, they've already cast Doctor Doom, I think. But whatever that, setting up a character that's going to be a villain in another movie. All of this could be the case. But from what they've said, that they're only doing 22 days of reshoots, I'm just not expecting this to be like this groundbreaking, incredible character. I haven't done a ton of research. I haven't done any research into other fan theories as to who he could be. But I'm just not expecting that to be the case with the way that this is playing out, that it's reshoots for a movie that they shot a year ago. And then again, maybe that is the argument for why it is going to be an established character, because essentially it is a small part that's intended to be a bigger part in a later film. Most of these clips are pulled from my Patreon live streams. I do about 6 live streams every single month. For $2 per month, $20 per year, you can get access to all the exclusive videos and live streams. For $5 per month, you get your name on my end card. At the top tier, you get a 30-minute video chat with me each month. The link down below in the description has more information.